But when you think about like how big that universe is, you talk about CRMs, marketing automation systems, DMPs, data visualization software, social listening, influencer, machine learning algorithms, AI, retail channels, e-com, go on and on and on and on and on. And then before you know it, it looks like this. Right? Like this is literally 5,000 different options for MarTech in some way, shape, or form. That's insane. This ecosystem is absolutely enormous. A lot of it is filled with vaporware, promises that are not real, right? So things that are intended to solve your problem that actually makes your life a little easier or a little harder. So anyone have experience trying to bring on a new piece of MarTech within your organization? And then you're like, yeah, this is gonna make my life so much easier. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be wonderful. And then you get into it and you're like, uh-oh, this is actually a lot more work than I expected. Like a lot more work than I expected. Well, the reason for that is that organizations, they don't plan for the complication. They don't plan for how difficult it is for technology to solve their problems, right? That's almost like an oxymoron. That's like counterintuitive. What do you mean? Technology, we've been told, will always solve all of our problems, especially in marketing. We need more software for this and for this and for this, for this, and all of it's gonna work together and it's gonna be seamless and harmonious, right? Not how it works. So we have lots of clients that we have onboarded that have previously purchased software before talking to someone like us. And then they're like, oh yeah, we just bought, this marketing automation software and this CRM and this influencer thing and this whatever. And before you know it, they have this spider web of things that they are not staffed to support. They didn't think about the internal dynamics of how all that stuff has to work together. Someone has to actually clean the data in the CRM. God forbid salespeople actually use it, right? To fill out the information that we need as marketers to be able to use for our stuff. And what it turns into is that this tech stack that we thought was going to be game-changing and life-saving and save us so much time and energy, it turns into a very, very, very expensive desk ornament. Sometimes literally, sometimes figuratively. So what do we do to combat that? Well, this is a very simple framework. This is kind of a B2B reference to how to think about you aligning those pieces and parts. Think of this as like a sandwich, right? So the top of the sandwich is what you want the buyer to do. Okay? So the top piece of bread is I want you to convert. I want you to schedule a discovery call or a demo or ultimately purchase or something like that. The bottom is the tech stack. It's the expected things that you believe will help drive to the buyer's actions, right? So within a CRM as an example, maybe it's, or a marketing automation platform, maybe it's a way to do drip campaigns or something like that. I think that will help influence and nurture. The business process in the middle is the meat. This is the hard part. This is where most organizations get it wrong. They think about the top piece of bread and the bottom piece of bread, and they don't think about what the organization needs to do differently to be able to utilize those two pieces of bread in this example. Somebody has to write those nurture emails. Someone has to actually schedule and track calls or write follow-up notes or do a legal experimentation or any number of things. But you can kind of take these principles and apply them in your organization to say, what are the actions that I want the buyer to do? What's the tech stack that I think I need to solve that? And then if that's true, what are the things within the organization, maybe that you have direct control over? Often, you don't have direct control over. You have operations teams, you have sales teams, you have finance, you have a whole litany of groups that are internal that need to participate in this business process to get it all right. And so it's almost like this, this thing of slowing down to speed up, as my buddy Tom over here would love to say. So if you slow down, think about how these things come together before you make a buying decision on some of this tech stack, you will save yourself a lot of energy and a lot of headache later on.